Hi, I'm Joel, and I'm the VP of Product here at Token Terminal. Today, I'm really excited to introduce you to Token Terminal Sheets. With Sheets, you can access any Token Terminal data right inside your favorite spreadsheet tool. Beta access is available today for all customers in both Google Sheets and Excel. Let's get started by looking at Google Sheets. To get started, head over to the Google Workspace Marketplace. There, search for Token Terminal in the search bar and click the Install button and follow the prompts to install it in your workspace. Now, let's head back to this worksheet where I've already got Token Terminal installed. It all starts with the simple TT command. This allows me to pull any metric for any ticker or project name in Token Terminal. Let's start with something simple like Ethereum and fees. This is going to go ahead and pull in the latest day's data, and as you can see, it comes back as 2.65 million for the latest day's fees earned on Ethereum. Now, let's look at some more complicated examples. Let's say I want to build a comp table looking at fees, revenue, and daily active users across a few different assets. We can build a simple function here and drag that to then be able to pull in all of this, and with conditional formatting, get a quick view of what's going on. So let's add our TT function. I'm going to use a $sign to continually reference the first column, and I'll use our row. Next, I want to reference the metric value available in B2. So I want to keep a hard reference to the second row, and that will pull in the latest day's data for Ethereum. I'm going to drag that down to the other assets, and then I'm going to drag this across to the other assets where it's now going to pull in revenue and user daily active users for these assets as well. As you can see pretty quickly, it's giving me a good view of how these are all stacking up, and we can see kind of the winners and losers in terms of fees, revenue, and daily active users. Now, that was fairly quick, and you can imagine that across many, many projects where you can build out a fairly comprehensive table showing lots of different metrics across lots of different projects. Let's look at a couple other examples as well. There are a couple of other functions within Token Terminal Sheets that make it easy to pull in different data. One of the most powerful is replicating a Token Terminal financial statement right here in your sheets. So in this example, I've done a single function, tt_financial statement. I'm passing in this value here, which I'm able to dynamically change from that dropdown. And I am running a quarterly, so broken down into quarters, financial statement across the last 2 years. You can update this to month or year, and you can update this to a few different time ranges, a year, 90 days, 180 days, etc. But this allows me to quickly look across a whole asset and see all of its different breakdowns, similar to how I might evaluate a public company. Let's change that quickly, and you can see how that changes out for the different projects. And there we have a full financial statement for Aave in a matter of a few seconds. Now, let's take a look at a few other examples and a few other helpful functions. We also have a function called time series. What time series allows you to do is pass in a value. Here, I'm passing in the ticker for a particular asset. Let's use Ethereum. And that is going to generate a time series. In this case, using for the metric fees, it's going to look at today. I'm using a dynamic function here to get a day 1 year from past from today all the way till today. So I get a dynamic range, basically a start date and an end date to grab that time series. And then it's going to generate for me and that ticker the daily values for that across that time. So you can see all the way from November 5th all the way back to November 7th of last year. I can then do that across a couple of different classes. So just like in our comp table, looking at fees, revenue, and daily active users. And then I'm able to do interesting things like put that into a chart where I can then look at that across a whole year, and I can generate all sorts of different interesting things. Again, I can easily swap that into a different asset. Here, it'll load that all up for Aave and then remap that into my data visualization over here. Okay. A look at a few other functions that are helpful when you're working with Token Terminal Sheets. We have a function, TT Projects, which will list out all of the projects available on Token Terminal, including their project ID, which you can use to pull in data in any of the other TT functions, as well as its ticker. Again, you can use this to pull that into any function. Another helpful one is our metrics function. You can run ttmetrics and get an output of all of the available metrics on Token Terminal. You'll get a human readable name, you'll get the metric ID. This is what you want to pass into any TT function, as well as a description of how that works. Now, there are some other nice things that you can do as you would in any other Excel file. You can pass in an array either inside the string or as the curly brackets here, so you can get several different assets at the same time. This is helpful when you're working with ranges and that sort of thing, so it's easier to kind of pull those in. Again, that should load up, and there we have our price for Ethereum and our fees for Ethereum versus our fees for Bitcoin. We're super excited to see all the cool things that you're going to build with Token Terminal Sheets, so please reach out and let us know how we can improve it and the awesome things that you're building. Thanks so much.